and welcome to WRPB and WRPB Studios. It's very, very difficult for me because the gentleman sitting next to me is in such better shape than I am. But I have a long sleeve shirt, so you can't see if I have muscles or don't have any muscles.
I'm sure you do.
With me is Luke Panis from Superset Sports Nutrition. I get it right?
Yes.
How you doing?
Pleasure to meet you.
Don't break my hands.
I won't.
Okay, good. Okay, so Superset Sport, what is it?
We set ourselves apart, so we're a supplement store that focuses on providing more information and the best quality supplements to help people achieve their fitness goals.
It's interesting you say that because fitness goals are different for everybody.
Right.
Some people don't care if they have six-pack abs, don't care if they have big arms. They just want to be healthy
Right.
and feeling good.
Yes.
I think most people want to be feeling good. Okay. Is your clientele a mix of all of that?
I would say about 99% of the people who come in are not bodybuilders. They're not. I mean, they're
like me.
They just want to feel good. Yeah, they just want to accomplish either whether it's losing a little bit of fat or just performing daily activities a little bit better. Everyone just wants to feel better throughout the day, really.
Okay, when you get to be my age, you beg for not to pass dad bod. Okay,
Right.
We can deal with the dad bod, but we beg not to pass any of the other things. Okay, how long are you doing this?
7 years now.
Okay, why'd you even get into it?
It started out with the Marine Corps, actually.
Are you in the Marines?
Yes, sir.
Well, thank you for your service.
So it was in ROTC during while I was going to college for criminal justice, and that was my whole focus. And I wound up getting injured, so I was working out through that whole time and wound up getting a medical discharge. During training, I got injured and didn't really know where I was going to go. Went to Martin Correctional Institution, wound up working at there for a little bit, and I just really couldn't, find where I fit. But I was always working out, so it just kind of came naturally to open up, a supplement store where I could help people accomplish their fitness endeavors and help them along with their goals.
Okay, so you're doing it 10 years, 15 years? How long is it?
So I opened my Vero store for 7 years.
Okay.
We just hit three and a half years for the Port St. Lucie store.
Is the future to grow more stores?
My goal is definitely to solidify my stores and to continue helping people reach their goals, whether that's through expanding or other entrepreneurial endeavors, is really wherever the cards fall.
Okay, so being an entrepreneur like I am, we deal with finding good help. And I guess for you, you need specialized help. People who understand supplements, understand the supplements that you carry.
Right.
Okay. Besides the normal things like being responsible, coming to work on time, is it hard to find people?
We've gone through just for the Port St. Lucie store, about 35 different employees over the last year.
Wow. And I get it because we've gone through like probably 7. And we're not a retail store, so we don't have people just walking in, everything's by appointment. It's very, very difficult. Your clientele, age ranges.
It's about 40% to 55%, I would say, between 35 and 55. Women and men mixed. Its majority is people who are just first time going to the gym, or we have advanced people, we have beginners, everywhere in between. It's more, we do more than just supply supplements.
Okay.
We help people along with their journey. So it's choosing what goal you're trying to accomplish, and we'll help you figure that out. Everything is a very individual, case-by-case basis. It's getting people to kind of understand what their goal truly is, because a lot of people will come in and say, I want to lose fat, or I want to build muscle, but there's no...
Are those two different things? Like losing fat and building muscle?
Yes.
Two separate things?
Yeah, so a lot of people try and do them both at the same time. The problem with that is you can't be in a caloric deficit and a caloric surplus at the same time. So it's much easier when you hear people bulking or cutting or going back and forth. You're accomplishing one goal because you can't be under calories and over calories, and that's what your body uses to build muscle, or the signal it sends to trigger lipolysis, which is the release of fat into the bloodstream, so it could be used as a source of energy.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, and I probably am, dieting to lose fat's not the answer.
Diet is going to be the basic foundation for fat
The
burning.
proper diet, but not dieting.
Dieting is a temporary solution. I like to approach it more as trying to figure out what constraints people are not, like, say, if someone loves bacon, which is actually a situation that I had, they said, I'll do anything, but I won't give up bacon. And they felt very strongly about that. So it's not about choosing what's going to work for them. It's figuring out what works for them in the long term and what they can live with.
So, would you then say, all right, you love bacon. I'm not going to take bacon away, but we have to do it in moderation.
Well, it's not even about taking it away at all. It's if they want to incorporate that, all they have to understand is bacon's going to be high in fats. It's also going to be high in protein, but it's going to be high in saturated fats. So you just need to remove that from somewhere else in the diet. So it's all about just adjusting to what they're willing to do and not willing to do.
Which is balance.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay. Though you're not a doctor, but you've been around this a long time, what's the worst thing that you put into your body? And I mean, people say it's sugar, people say it's carbs, breads.
Alcohol.
Oh, I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, I would say
really?
alcohol.
Alcohol's sugar too.
Yeah. So it gets processed in the body a little bit differently, but it's similar enough that it's causing some sort of spike from blood sugar and insulin levels, which causes fat storage. So second to that, if you're talking about macronutrients, I would definitely say an abundance of carbohydrates causes type 2 diabetes, becoming pre-diabetic first, which is going to increase your resting blood sugar, or fasted blood sugar rather, your HbA1c. It's going to increase all those, basically the standards that you don't want to go above, where your doctors are going to start saying, okay, you need to take this medication, this medication, this medication. And it's kind of like it spirals out of control. Once you start going that direction and you don't stop it early enough, it's very difficult to get rid of that insulin resistance and become more insulin sensitive again.
Okay, so when you say carbohydrates, are you talking about breads, pastas, potatoes?
Yes.
Oh my God, I might long for the world.
And
most people are like that, right?
Yeah, most people are definitely heavy in carbohydrates.
Right. I mean, look, I'm from up north, and any of you guys from up north are like meat and potato people. I don't kill me. If it's green, I don't eat it. Just about.
I'm the same way.
Very few green that I eat. So last night I had string beans.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Probably one of the few greens that I eat. And we were just talking before we got on the air about being on steroids
mm-hmm.
and it ruining my teeth,
mm-hmm.
which makes it very hard for me to eat even salad. And iceberg lettuce, which really doesn't have much value,
right.
I believe,
right.
is edible for me because it chews and I can crunch it.
Mm-hmm.
But like spinach and stuff is more limpy, so it's hard to chew and break up.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't go down the same.
Right.
So when I go for salad now, I'm not a big salad eater, I'll ask, if they don't have iceberg lettuce, I'll ask for a salad that includes onions, cucumbers, and tomatoes. No form of lettuce, because if it's not iceberg, it's hard for me to chew. What's the fix for that, like for someone like me?
So we actually sell a product, and that actually sounds like it would fit you pretty well. We're very particular about taste, and most importantly is on the ingredient facts. There's so many misrepresentations. We're very, I mean, the vetting process for a company to get on our shelves is just exhausting. It's a lot of trial and research into each individual ingredient, but we have a green supplement in a powdered form that actually comes along with the multivitamin powdered as well. That sounds like it would do really well for you.
Okay. Interesting you say that, because I'm not a pill taker.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if I have to be on a medication, I'll ask for it in a liquid form. I might take a pill. I just don't like to.
Right.
And taking a liquid is just easy. I can just pull it out and take a sip, swag, and be done with it. A lot of people said, well, you need some form of vegetables in you. So the best for you, because who you are, is to get some sort of juicing thing or some sort of powder thing that has beet in it, because beet will give it the sweetness that you crave. Is that true?
I think there's multiple ways to achieve that, especially if you're looking at the supplement route. Beet root powder extract, which I'm assuming is what you're talking about,
I guess.
There's a lot of benefits to it. That's also going to cause nitric oxide production, allow vasodilation, which is expansion of your blood vessels. So
is it a good thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a great thing.
Obviously, because I had a heart attack.
Right. So that would definitely be something beneficial for you. It just is going to give you, I don't want to say more energy, but the more oxygen that you have that's being carried to your, like, throughout your circulatory system, through your muscles, and you'll feel less exhausted throughout the day. So that's with anything that causes vasodilation.
Then I need gallons of it, if it's less exhausting. So my brother would come to the house, and he'd open up this little baggie of like 15 different supplements and vitamins. And I said, Neil, why don't you take, like you have 15, why don't you take 5 now, 5 in the afternoon, and 5 at night, instead of taking them all at one time? Because just the common sense thought in my mind, and I could be wrong, is that your body can't process all that in one shot. It's a lot for your liver and your kidneys, I think, to start processing. Am I right? I mean, should you break it up?
It depends on what it is. So there's a lot of specific vitamins that will only be fat soluble. So if you consume them without any source of fats, they won't get broken down, they won't get digested. You'll wind up just excreting them. Then you have water soluble vitamins, which you can actually overdo too. So it depends. If it's all 15 of the same pill, and he could definitely be overdoing it, and his body will process it, and it'll have a negative interaction with his body. But yeah, I would definitely say if it was 15 of the same consistent pills.
It wasn't. It was 15 different pills. And I don't know what they were.
There could be, everything comes down to, I mean, everyone's individual situation is so different.
Right.
So if he's following a specific diet where he only eats, in the morning, and that's when he's consuming those pills, he may do better with that, and he's going the other 18 hours of the day without eating or something, then that's why we have so many people who come in with their blood work, with all these different situations. And I've done this so long that I've had doctors coming to me and asking me for questions about whether it has to do with hormone panels or how to treat something without being on a medication or how to get off a medication. We improve the quality of our client's life. That's our whole goal, is to have people living a more comfortable life, and it's quality of life, I would really say, is what our main goal is.
It's interesting you say that, because for me, quantity of life is not as important as quality of life. Because I've seen my grandmother was 86, but the last 3 years were terrible for her. Parkinson's was horrible, very hard. My mom was 90. I had her for 4 years. The last 6 months to a year was miserable, okay? And, the selfish me would take her for another 25 years.
Right.
The compassionate me says, you know what, she was in a lot of pain. She, it was not... There was no life there. It's interesting. My brother is kind of like my dad was, and I'm like my mom. So my brother is, if something goes wrong with me, I don't care what it takes to keep me alive forever. I'm like, if my brain stops working for 20 minutes or whatever it is, just take me off life support. I don't want to be a burden to anybody else, and that's no way to live.
Right.
I have a DNR. My mom had a DNR. My brother and my father didn't. Okay? Full code. Do whatever you can. Everybody thinks a little bit differently. I lived a great life. And if, God forbid, I died tomorrow, not that I want to, people can look back at my life and say, you know what, he had a good life. And I was blessed. I heal well. I was telling you some of the things I went through. My life is surely a book. And I've been blessed to meet some amazing people, and I bring them in here, and I'm on a crisis line for adult sexual abuse survivors. I believe that our job on earth is to help others. Other people,
Absolutely.
it's all about them. Okay. You take someone like me who doesn't eat really a lot of fruits or vegetables, is it hard to put someone like me on a regimen that I would follow, for lack of a better word?
So that would be the whole goal, is to sit down and figure out what would be a regimen that you would follow. So I wouldn't want you walking out of my store without having some solid plan. I'm the only supplement store that's going to tell you not to buy something, or say, hey, it's not going to be worth it. If you're not going to use it consistently, truly think about whether you're going to use this.
I got stuff in my house that
it's
I was sold a bill of goods.
Right.
Took it once, maybe, and then stopped, and it just sits there.
So I'm very rigorous about actually helping people and making a difference, instead of just, trying to sell as much stuff as possible. That doesn't matter to me. My belief is that people, and our returning customers will definitely attest to this, that it's not about the first sale. It's about having someone who actually trusts, especially across the supplement industry. Trust has been completely lost. So we're trying to bring back trust, where anything you come in, if it's on our shelf, it's going to be of a high quality. It's going to do what it says it's going to do. And if we recommend it, you're going to see results.
We're getting to the top of our time. How do people find you? You have a website?
We have supersetpsl.com, and we have 2 stores, one in Port St. Lucie and the other is in Vero Beach.
All right, you have a phone number?
772-879-9767 is the Port St. Lucie store number.
Everybody, I could tell you guys know me for many, many years. The people I bring on have no problem with you picking up the phone, calling them, and they'll or stopping in, which is even better, and taking the time to give you some input, whether you buy from them or deal with them or not, okay? But at least you can figure out the path that you need to be on and go from there. Luke, I want to thank you for coming on.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Everybody have a great day, and we'll be right back.